Video. I was going over my notes and I actually found a couple mistakes. In my original video on number 5, I this -6 times this -3. I came up with an 18. The -18, it should be a +18. And so that changes things and I corrected the math. So the correct answer is 7/2. There's one other mistake I made. This one, +3, where it should be a -3, so that makes this a -1 and this a -1. Uh, doesn't mean that there's not more, but for 33 on my practice test, like I said, your mileage may vary. We want to multiply straight across. We don't need common denominators, but what we're going to do is we do want to factor everything out and see if there's anything that'll reduce each other. So I'm going to rewrite this kind of factored. So I'm going to start here. I can factor out a 9. So I'm going to be left with C plus 3. So this is here. We can't just go side to side. As distribute that, so it could be 3C plus C plus. This is where we plug -6t. So the representative of the tables is an output. That not a candidate. That we're going to do function notation. Left, which is -6. Use a bracket for the stride is 4, so that's my domain. It's the bottom of the parabola, so we're going to use the top is 5. The solving for t, we need to isolate t. -7 minus t. I'm not going to distribute them yet, and I'll show you why. So let me rewrite this, -7 r. Both sides, we'd be left with a negative t, which is fine. I don't really like messing with that. So I'm going to add t. Questions on the practice test. Which of the following graph shows a function? We're going to use the vector output. Vertical line test. This one crosses twice, so this is squared. And a squared equals everything needs to be divided by -5. Those go away, but we do have a positive and a negative version anytime we do that. So there's two squared. It's not a function. Uh, we're plugging it in. So 4. Whoops. Get my b. It's going to give me 1,728. Um, 3w squared minus 14w and z equals the roots. Let's see. 14 or 12, 5, 8, and 6. There we go. These things. Oh, there we go. Let's find factors of 72. Oh, good. Yeah, 18 and 4 factors, and we also need to divide by. So this is our input. This one. Before the end of the race, the top, it tells us that the race is 110. So this is the finish line. He stopped at the end of the race. So he stopped before. That's not true. About 3 seconds into the race. So if we go follow green here, about 3 seconds in, he stops. Tied a shoe, Todd chatted with a girlfriend. I have no idea, but I think is the time elapsed. Okay, so this is the end, usually the X, and then your dependent is the Y. Leading the race for the first few seconds. And that's true. because he's going faster. He's gone further in the same amount of time, but he fell. So the race at a constant rate then slowed down about 9.5 seconds. So constant is you're not changing your slope there at the top. So I think that one's negative. And anywhere I see a variable, I'm just going to put a parenthesis. Five is negative. 2 times a negative 2, so it's going to give me a positive 8. 2 is negative 4 times 7 is negative 28. Negative 20, negative 16 is a negative 36, minus 6 is a negative 42, plus 8 is 2, negative. Calculator here. Um, um, so here, factor anything out of the top. Is not a difference of squares. Difference. This is a sum, and we can't do sum of squares. That's not a thing. plus 3 over 3. It is a sum difference of squares. 5x. Negative 6 is less than x, or we could say x is greater than or equal to negative 6 than that. So we can go to infinity, which is already by itself. Negative 6n is undefined. So we plug into this bottom here, that would make the bottom 0.